Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your August 2023 reading. Happy birthday to all your August Leos out there. If you're watching for your sun sign, this is a really powerful time to be a Leo. There's a lot of cosmic energy in your first house, in your sign. So this is a really beautiful time to be you. So let's get into the reading. So we're going to start the card with the blue ringed octopus, boundaries. It's interesting that this boundaries cards come up. Like I said, this season is all about you. It's all about being a Leo, and it's about your character and your personality and what you are, like how you're creating the version of yourself that you're projecting out into the world, and the version of yourself that is being responded to by the universe and drawing in your experience. And so there is this need to look at your boundaries this month, to looking at the boundaries between self and others. Okay, we do have a full moon happening on the very first day of August. That's happening in Aquarius, in your opposite sign, in your 7th house. So straight away at the beginning of the month, you may feel this need to assert yourself and assert yourself as a person separate from other people, and asserting your boundaries. Boundaries are such an important part of a healthy, wholesome life, because they identify what is you and what is me. They identify what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to tolerate, and what you're not willing to tolerate. And that really makes this really clear, like, integrity and personal power that allows your life to meet you where you're at. When we have low boundary, or when we have poor boundary function, so we allow other people to enter us into our sphere, into our space, and we allow other people to influence us, we get a very, very messy vibration. We get very messy life experiences, because boundaries are there to protect, right? They're there to keep us safe. When we have solid boundaries, it means that what we love and who we love can enter into those boundaries. They can become a part of us, and we can amplify that more. And what we don't want can be kept apart. So it's a very protective way of honoring yourself, of allowing yourself to be honored and expecting yourself to be honored. And so what's happening this month, we have the Venus retrograde happening in Leo, happening in your sign. It started on July the 23rd, and it will go until September 4th. So the whole of August, you're going to be under the influence of the Venus retrograde. It's very powerful when you have Venus in retrograde in your first house. It's a very powerful time to assert yourself, your sense of self-love, to really do a whole makeover of how you feel about yourself, how much love you give yourself, how much you value yourself. And this is part of that. People who love themselves maintain really healthy boundaries, because they have that integrity within themselves, and they will not accept or allow anything that isn't something beautiful for them into their lives. And this is what you're learning at this time, Leo. We also have a new moon in Leo that starts on August the 16th. So that's your annual new moon. It's happening this month. It's a really important time for you, okay? It's a time when you set the intentions for the next 12 months of your life. And it's where you can start something new. And with this Venus retrograde, it's really starting a new way of being within yourself, a new way of addressing yourself, of approaching yourself, of loving yourself, and a new way of offering self-esteem and self-respect back out into the universe. So setting those intentions is really important around the middle of the month, around that new moon, to create these boundaries and create this like expectation of being treated the right way. We have the Emperor, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Coins. So I love this Emperor coming out for you. This is such a perfect example of exactly what I've been talking about. The Emperor is the ruler of his empire. He is the head of his realm. And so this is about being that in your own life as a Leo, you are the sign of royalty. You're the signs of kings and queens. So I mean, the Emperor card is ruled by Aries, but it's still the same sort of storyline of being in charge, taking ownership, taking responsibility, and that's part of this putting healthy boundaries in place. Because when we take ownership of our lives, when we stop expecting life to be a certain way in order for us to feel a certain way about ourselves and about life, when we stop expecting other people to bring things to us, and when we stop waiting for other people to bring things to us, and we take ownership of ourselves and of our lives, we are empowered and we can make empowered choices, empowered decisions, and we affirm healthy boundaries in our lives. And the Emperor, his job is to protect his people. His job is to make decisions, is to make powerful decisions that protect the people in his empire. So this is what upholding boundaries involves. It's protecting your people, as in protecting yourself. Okay, so this is the lesson here that is really powerfully coming through, especially at the start of August, on August the 8th, we have this conjunction with Lilith. So there could be stuff that comes up for you around rejection and around the way people have treated you in the past or have shamed you in the past. And when we uphold healthy boundaries, we do not allow that kind of negativity into our life, into our minds, into our emotional field, and to affect us in this way. There is this new way of thinking that is coming in. So at the end of the month, on August the 23rd, we start Virgo season. Okay, and on the next day, on the 24th, Mercury will move retrograde in Virgo, and this is bringing your awareness to your thought habits, particularly around wealth and money and resources, but also around your values and anything that you value. It doesn't have to be money, but if you value anything that you value and appreciate in your life and consider to be a resource in your life can be influenced in this way. We're uplifting our thoughts, and to do that, I've actually done a separate video on the Mercury retrograde, which I will release around August 24th. And I go into a lot of detail about how the Mercury retrograde will affect us, how we can utilize it, how we can actually tap into that energy for our highest potential, because this is all about changing our thought habits, changing our unconscious programming, and creating something new. Page of Swords. For you, Virgo represents your second house, so it is about your abundance. 10 of Coins. It is about your finances and your money and your wealth. So you can literally change and uplift your thoughts to a more abundant, more mindset, and eliminate scarcity through the power of self-honoring, through the power of boundaries and self-integrity that's coming from that Venus retrograde. We have 7 of Swords and 8 of Cups. If you're not feeling like you are the emperor of your reality, if you're not feeling like the ruler of your domain and like you're actually taking full ownership of yourselves, I think that this is a really good time to work on that, because this 7 of Swords is really telling us that there is this limiting negative beliefs and thought habits that are keeping you stuck in a small space. These can be addressed at this time, especially as we move into that Mercury retrograde at the end of the month. You can start looking at your thought habits and your unconscious programming, unconscious patterns, and particularly around your thoughts that devalue, that undervalue you, or that keep you small is what I'm hearing for you, Leo. It's about keeping you small. You're an emperor and you're acting like a peasant, basically. In your mind, you're thinking like a peasant, and that's what is dampening your boundaries and making it hard for you to uphold those healthy boundaries, those strong boundaries. So there's going to be these thought habits that come up for your awareness, for your consciousness, and that can sometimes be an uncomfortable experience, but identifying that it is a part of the journey of this Mercury retrograde, and you have the ability to uplift these thoughts if you stay diligent and do the work. I also think they will come with obviously some negative emotion, There'll be an emotion attached to these thoughts, and I feel like this is going to be an emotion of feeling trapped, feeling limited, feeling restricted, feeling resistance to, because of maybe finances, or because maybe you feel like there's pressure upon you that stops you from being able to take charge. It's like this, you need to be doing these take charge moments all day, every day, and really paying attention to that. So looking at how your thoughts influence your emotions, how your emotions influence your thoughts throughout August is going to be the best way you can deal with this energy, Leo, to start to really honor yourself. That's how we practice self-integrity. That's how we practice personal power, is taking our awareness off what we cannot control, which is everything pretty much except for ourselves. Putting our awareness on what we can control, the things we can control, our thoughts, our emotions, our behaviors. That's it. So if you can take your awareness off what's going on externally, what's going on out in the environment, and start taking your awareness onto the things you can control, the things that you can take ownership of, and that you have the power to change your thoughts and your emotions, and therefore the actions you're offering during this time, you are in a much more empowered position to take control and take charge of your life. The Magician. Perfect. So this card is the card ruled by Mercury. So that brings us exactly what I've just been saying about taking ownership of your thought habits, okay? With that Mercury retrograde, it's going to be a really powerful time for you to do that. With the Hangman on the bottom of the deck, there is a need to change your perspective, to change the way you're viewing things, change the way you're viewing your life. If you're feeling very victimized or a lack of power in your life, that has nothing to do with what's happening outside of you. It's nothing to do with other people in your life. It's nothing to do with the economy or the weather or where you live. Like, nothing to do with that. It is purely a decision that you're making on the inside. Although it doesn't feel like it, I do recognize that doesn't, it's hard to see it from that perspective. But this is a perspective shift. The Hangman on the bottom of the deck, that's what's available to you, Leo, to have this perspective shift, and you deserve it. You deserve it, to honor yourself, to honor your boundaries, honor the person that you are, to love yourself with that Venus retrograde. Do this for yourself, because when the Magician shows up, we are manifesting powerfully, and that's what that Mercury retrograde is about, is manifesting your life. It's a powerful time to do that with the tools of our focus, the tools of our words, our emotions, and our mental focus, and that affect our state of being. So the universe responds to your state of being. So if you want your life to change, you need to change your state of being, which requires a change of focus. And this is available to you. The Magician is coming out because you're in a powerful position to do that. You've got the Emperor and the Magician. Okay, so you can do that by looking at the thoughts that come up for you and the emotions that come up for you this month. So these cards will tell us what is being reflected to you through your environment. So we have breathe, and peace. So what's been reflected to you through your environment will be your ability to be easy, okay, to be gentle. With the breathe card, it's about taking that deep breath and allowing things to be. With Venus in retrograde in your sign, that should be easy for you. That's that work that she brings, is the ability to just be, to be receptive, to be in the divine feminine energy, to take a breath and to go work with the energy of ease and peace. We've got peace here too. So the more that you feel into that ease and that peace, the emotional guidance of ease and peace, the more you tap into those feelings, the better that you're going to feel, and the better that your experience will be. The universe will reflect that back to you. It's going to mirror that. So if your universe, if your world, your reality, your empire is feeling chaotic or out of control, that's because you're feeling that on the inside, okay? And that's where you can look at to making changes. And it is time to surrender stubbornness, Leo. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. I feel like that card really sums up everything I've just been saying. This relaxing into ease and to be more loving with yourself, to uphold your boundaries in a loving way. Sometimes being loving to ourselves does mean being strong in the face of adversity, you know, being being harsh on other people. It might feel harsh on other people to uphold your boundaries, but that's how we love ourselves sometimes. But this being easy and being at peace and breathing through this, you know, relaxing into this, there's changes happening here, and you are a fixed sign, so change can be quite challenging for you. But there's need, if you can release this stubbornness at this time, if you can release and be easy with yourself, you'll have a much easier time throughout August. Respect your inner cycles and honor them on your healing journey. Remind yourself that you are a soul spirit being. So recognizing that you are in the middle of a new cycle, you're starting a Venus retrograde in your first house. This is a brand new cycle and a brand new ability to cement self-love into your daily life, into your daily practice, to become self-loving as a person, as a character, as your personality. So you're changing your personality to be a person of more self-love, and that is this cycle that you're going through, and this is that healing journey that you're on. It's not easy work what we're doing, especially with the Mercury retrograde, as we start to uplift our thoughts. It takes a lot of time and a lot of attention, a lot of focus, but I mean, the alternative is you can keep going the way you're going and keep struggling through. So it's up to you. You choose your hard, but reminding yourself that you are a soul spirit being can help you to be more easy, okay? So if you're feeling stuck in resistance, stuck in that victim mode, or stuck in that sense of feeling trapped, just reminding yourself of the freedom of being a spirit, of freedom of being source energy in a physical reality. There is so many opportunities for you. There is every day there's a new opportunity to evolve, to shift, to change, but it does require diligence, it does require practice and dedication, but it's always there for you, Leo. Now that is all I have for you today. That is your August reading. I hope that this resonated. I hope that you received some benefit from this. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey. I really appreciate your time with me. Please do subscribe to my channel. That will really help me, and you'll also get notified when the Mercury retrograde video comes out, which is really important for you to watch. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.